Hello, and welcome to the first in a series of videos I'm going to be recording regarding your proposal assignment in research methods. So there's several parts. I'm going to start off with the source article, which is the first part, and lay out the sort of expectations and provide you an example as to how I'm going to actually carry out the entire assignment myself, show you how I did it as an example of what I'm expecting. So first, let's take a look at the course book. Here we see in this section of the source article assignment, we see that the idea here is to locate an article, a research article that is collecting data, developing hypotheses, has a method, collecting data, coming to conclusions that you can then replicate in whole or in part. The example I'm going to use is going to be part of a much larger study. I'm just going to focus on the part that I'm going to do and use that as an example for being able to do that. Now, my expectation is that you are going to locate these articles through one source. You can go out looking for articles, but this is a much better, much easier way to find an article that you can engage with. Now, one of the principles that you have to understand is this research project probably cannot be your life's work. Even in getting my dissertation, which is a huge research project, I was advised, actually, don't make this your life work. Don't make this project be the big thing that you've always wanted to do. You will have plenty of time to do that. You don't have plenty of time to get this assignment done. So what you want to find is an article that's interesting, doable, feasible, and you can get it done in the year that you have. So you have this semester to get the proposal ready and get it all set up, and the next semester, when we take statistics, going through the process of actually conducting that study. There's a lot of work that goes into it. There's a lot of confusion and vagueness at the beginning until we sort of like round it down and hone it down to how you're actually going to pull off the study. But you don't want to pick something that is that will take too much time, because you won't be able to get it done. In order to help with that, I advise that you go to this resource, and I'm going to show you what I did. I go to the Monitor on Psychology. The link is right in here, the Monitor on Psychology. If I click on that, it opens up here into this page. So here's the Monitor on Psychology. There's the link. And within Monitor on Psychology, there's a monthly journal, free to look, free to view. You can, read all the greatest things that are happening in psychology, but you scroll down until you get to an area called Research, and you look for the section that says In Brief. So you click on that, and what that brings you to is a series of articles. They're just brief, one-paragraph articles reporting out on an interesting thing that has occurred very recently in the literature. So these are all topics. There's probably about 20 of them in each edition. So if you go there, you know that these articles are research articles. They're not opinion articles. They're not consolidation articles. Some of the other articles that people have submitted that have come from the Monitor are not actually research projects. They're actually, consolidating information about what we know about dreams or, something like that. These are the research articles. You go to In Brief and you review these until you find something that's interesting. So I went to this page and I started going through here and written all of their faces and internet access boost well-being, and we're looking at all these different articles, and I came across this one, Memorable Sites. And what this did is it had individuals look at images, and the images were designed to be show large spaces or small spaces, and cluttered spaces and non-cluttered spaces. So think of that, like whole bunch of images, and some are wide open spaces, not cluttered. Others are wide open spaces, very cluttered. All on these dimensions. They would show these images for a period of time, and then the subjects had to measure how long they think they saw that image, and the idea was to see whether or not qualities of the image, meaning wide open spaces versus smaller spaces, and the other dimension being cluttered or not cluttered, affect our perception of time. I thought that's pretty cool. So I'm going to do that study. So if you look at this individual thing right here, you see there's a DOI code, and it's a link. So that's a digital object identifier. It gives you the link right in here. I'm going to check that out. So I open that up, and I get the abstract. And in this case, look at that. It doesn't give me the whole article. I just go, but I could probably take this abstract and I can understand, kind of get a gist as to what it's all about. And I'm going to pick this article. And this is what I'm going to do my study on. At this point, what you want to do is go and reach out to your instructor. Your instructor has to look at this and determine with you whether this is feasible or not. Do not move beyond. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go right to the instructor at this level with the article. I can actually help you get the article. Like in this case, the article is not available on here for free, so I had to look it up, find a way to get it for free, got the full article, and then at that point you need to review with me as to what part of this do you want to do, and as to whether you can move forward to that. Now, once you have cleared this with your instructor, then the first assignment is the source article, which is an infographic about this article. Now, an infographic about this entire article would be pages and pages long. It's a complex article, probably like many that you're going to encounter, where there's multiple studies that have been done, all playing up various levels of this. I focused on that one piece that I described before. There's other parts to this article that I didn't focus on. I'm just focusing on that one piece for my replication. So just that one piece of this journal article is what's going to go in there. So I downloaded the article, and I'm going to bring it up here. Let me show you what it looks like. So here's the article in itself, the whole thing. Memorability shapes perceived time and vice versa. You can see I'm not even focusing on the memorability part. I'm actually focusing on one of the tests that they did. Here's the abstract, the introduction, and their introduction actually, oh look, I went to 2 pages here, that actually goes right into everything. They don't really go into a methods section. It's a little weird how it was organized here, but I was able to kind of read through and pick out the parts that I wanted, and then I put those together in order to create an infographic. I'm skipping over a whole bunch of stuff that I did. Probably took me about an hour and a half to kind of pull out the stuff that I wanted from this article to include in my infographic. And then for the infographic, I went to Canva, and I'll show you that here. So I went to Canva and I picked this template. There was a whole bunch of templates. I decided I was going to use that one. Kind of had as many squares as I wanted, for all the different things. Just picked one that had enough squares in there and some nice little straight ahead elements. I opened this up and I edited it to create this. So this is this is an infographic about the source article. So it starts off with the title of the actual article, and I didn't include the full title, just that little one. And then these are the authors. It was in the 2024 Nature Human Behavior 8. That's the page number. I have a compressed version of the abstract, picking out the things that related to my part of it. Here's the hypotheses. Here's a description of the variables, and here's a sample. I actually found they had a whole bunch of these images that have been pre-rated, and I actually was able to find, they gave the source where they got those images, and I was able to find the exact set of images that they used. So I'm going to be able to actually replicate this exactly. I don't have to come up with my own images. So I thought that was pretty cool. So, and then it goes down here to the methods section as to what is. Here's the results and discussion. Very short and sweet here. And then my name, and I just put the logo in there. Now, once you've created this, you go to share, and I want to download this. I'm going to download to my computer. Let's see, it's progressing there. And now, get rid of that. And I opened it up in here, and this is this is what I would submit to the assignment. Short, sweet, to the point, and this is about the source article. At this point, you have already okayed this with me. I already know what your article is, and you're just providing this graphic way of telling me what your article's about. Here's a hint. At the end, you're going to use the same template, but you're going to describe your own research. So hold on to this template, because I'm going to want you to use it again to describe your proposal. One of the versions of your proposal is going to be in infographic format. That's it. So picking your source article, really use in brief. Just use that. Find the article. You might have to go to, look at past editions of Monitor on Psychology. Find your article that's feasible to do. Run it by me. Run it by your instructor. Do that and get it okayed, and then pick what you can out of that article to create your infographic on the source article, and the infographic is what you submit for grading, and that's it. Don't fill this thing with text. Don't copy and paste. Try not to go over one page. These are summaries of this. That's okay. Doesn't have to be the whole article. It could just be the piece that you're doing. Don't drive yourself crazy with this. So that is the source article assignment for the proposal. So I hope this is helpful, and I will see you next time.